Strike one from Dylan Cease. We're underway. Jackson Holliday, a second baseman. One of the Major League sons of Matt Holliday, of course, of some fame in Padres past history. Still hasn't touched the plate.
Still hasn't touched home plate. Thanks for bringing that up again. Yep. Absolutely right.
The one-game playoff.
Yep.
His dad missed the plate completely, but yet was given the plate, and the one-game playoff. And the Rockies went on to the World Series.
And just so I can put a ball on that, nobody gives a lot of credit to Michael Barrett. He was the catcher.
Yes.
Michael Barrett did an outstanding job. Here we are talking about this play. How many?
Yeah, that was how many years ago?
Yeah.
18.
But Michael Barrett, if you're watching, you did a great job. You didn't get enough credit. So.
Yep. And I would like to discredit Tim McClellan, who's a home plate umpire, made the call. I was doing the game.
I remember.
And he took forever to make the call.
Yeah, very delayed call.
Yeah, and I thought because he was going to get the baseball and coming back, that perhaps he was waiting for that.
That's what I was thinking, too. That's why I think Michael Barrett should have made the tag.
Johnson in center.
Just got him.
He mentioned the lineup change, and it's a result of a lower half tightness situation for Fernando Tatis Jr. It's precautionary, they're saying today. This is what happened yesterday. Seemed to grab that hamstring as he was coming in. He would finish that inning, but then not return to the game. So that appears to be the situation today that pulls him from the starting lineup for Mike Schilt.
And hopefully just a day or two, we'll keep an eye on that. Skipper trying to win today, and it's next guy up, and that guy, Bryce Johnson.
Swing and a miss for Jeremiah Jackson. Comes in riding an 11-game hitting streak.
With Jeremiah Jackson.
He's chasing after that very good slider from Dylan Cease.
Well, so far, the few pitches that Dylan has thrown, it looks like he's around the plate. He is sharp, and that's the way you want to face Henderson, who waits on deck. Hopefully a quick out here. When you face Gunnar Henderson with nobody on base.
Mentioned the 11-gamer. Here are the particulars. 15 for 48. 313, 4 doubles, couple home runs, and runs batted in.
Got him, yes.
After the fastball at 96 and strikes out for Canada for Dylan Cease, 2 down.
96 with location. There you go. Get up on top of it where he can really spin it, and he is behind on that one. That's another good sign. Good velo early. That's one thing Dylan does well through the course of his starts. Even towards the end of his, he's getting up there 85, 90 pitches. He still maintains that velocity.
2 down in the first for Gunnar Henderson. Yeah, if you're going to not let anybody beat you in this lineup for the Orioles, the guy at the plate is a guy that you will work around when needed. As all the changes this team has made, really the big star remaining, Gunnar Henderson, who will take a strike, team the count of 1-1.
Yeah, he leads in every offensive category in this roster for the Orioles.
What's up to Gunnar Henderson?
Yes.
And we talked about Cease a lot during the course of the year. And there's a look at lefty-righty splits for Gunnar Henderson. The Cease at home, a 3.86 ERA, which is far better than what he's got going on the road at 5.81. And still does not have a victory on the road.
It's unbelievable, it really is. A little bit of offense would help any pitcher, but still. Hey, start the new streak today. Start a new mindset. And there are those numbers you just talked about, Don. 14 games winless on the road. That's a conundrum.
Yeah, it is. The fly ball, lofted foul off to the left out play. Flies out to center. He strikes out Jackson swinging. Now a full count here to Gunnar Henderson. Fly ball headed to left where Sheets makes his way over into the shadows.
Got him, yes.
Orioles don't score in the top of the first inning. Padres coming up in the bottom of the first. A look at the Padres lineup brought to you by UC San Diego Health. Arise now in the top spot. He's the DH with Machado at third base. O'Hearn's at first. Laureano in right. Sheets in left. Cronenworth at second. Iglesias at short. Johnson now in center. And Fermin doing the catching. Batting out of the 9 spot. Bradish on the mound today for the O's.
And the 28-year-old bouncing back from Tommy John surgery. Boy, the Orioles are really lucky to have this kid. When he is healthy, he is really, really good. Only his second start, 6 innings, small sample size, but look, strikeouts are there, 6 punchies in 6 frames.
Yeah, they're a different team when Bradish is back in this rotation.
This is it before Luis O'Brien.
Rogers just had another amazing outing over the weekend against the Giants before arriving here. The Orioles thought they were going to have another good season this year, and so many injuries early on, and really leading to Brandon Hyde, their manager, being fired very early in the season.
It's amazing how just a few years ago how well the Orioles were looking, and then nobody controls the injuries, right, Don?
Nope. Tony Manzolino, the interim manager now. Take a look at where they have come. 101 wins in 2023.
That's unbelievable.
And the differential this year, historic, is in the wrong direction. Historic. This one in the left field line foul.
And once again, it boils down to injuries, as we said. So what happens? Next guy up. So opportunity knocks. Almost like we were talking in Minnesota after the deadline, all those trades. Now opportunity. Well, same holds here for the Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, a lot of youth here right now. They're getting a look at what they've got depth-wise, what they can look at for next year. Line to left.
Yes.
It's a good way to start for Luis Ariz, moving up in the order, leading off. And just spanking one. This is not a replay. We've seen a lot of this year. And why stop now?
I think this is technically a replay.
That was a replay.
Yeah.
What we saw live, we've seen it many times, but not a replay.
I just want to clear that up.
And that also breaks up the no-hitter.
It's just the 8th time that he has led off this year.
Manny Machado
leads off with a base hit as Manny Machado moves up in this new look lineup today. So the injury for Tatis. And he's back at third base, waiting on a 1-0 from Bradish. Slider. Just the 6th time in the 2 spot for Machado this season. Waiting on a 2-1 from Bradish. A strike on a sinker. Gives a count at 2-2 to Machado. This the former Baltimore Oriole. Manny Machado, who has now played as many years here in San Diego as he did to begin his career in Baltimore as a member of the Orioles. Remember when he first came up in 2013. He has filled out strength-wise much different, and I think the power numbers will reflect that in the second half of his career so far to this point in San Diego. Certainly much stronger than he was when he arrived. Just a kid. As Ariz takes off, hit and run, and so is fouled back to the screen. So for Manny, for 7 seasons in an Orioles uniform and 7 now with the Padres, the numbers, you take a look at the home runs, and he's powered up here in San Diego up to 188 during the same time span, 162 in his 7 years involved, won the RBI, 615 for Manny Machado here with the Padres. Runner goes again, a swing and a miss, and he's going to be very out. So that's the risk you take. No contact, and you can run yourself into strike him out, throw him out, DP. That's exactly what happened.
That was a really good throw also from Jackson behind the plate. Luis Ariz does not have blazing speed. Man, he's swinging right there. Full count. Looked like a breaking ball down the way right there. And a nice job by Jackson behind the plate. That was that Bradish slider that we talked about. And it gets him right on the hand.
2 down for the former Oriole, Ryan O'Hearn, who will take a strike. O'Hearn batting third for the first time in a Padres uniform today. 278, 16 homers, 54 runs batted in between San Diego and Baltimore. Well, he the big leagues with Kansas City before going to Baltimore. He was a total of 5 years with the Royals. 3 years spent, well, 2.5 with Baltimore before the trade deadline. And 0-2 pitch. Time now for the Sequan Casino Resort Scott report.
As we mentioned earlier, when he's healthy, he's one of the better ones for the Orioles. He's got a two-seam to lefties that he will utilize. Also, that four-seamer up with some good fuzz, 97, 98, and that slider we just saw. Swing and miss to Manny Machado for the strikeout.
Missing the Padres for the first time in his career. Made 6 rehab appearances on his way back between Norfolk, Chesapeake, Aberdeen, and the Tommy John surgery. Full count.
Well, trying to work some deep counts. Manny did, ultimately striking out of the slider. Ryan O'Hearn finds himself with a full count.
Flips it foul. Full count still. Sinker at 98.
That's a power sinker right there.
Yeah.
Movement to both sides of the plate for Bradish. That slider we talked about, and of course that sinker. We have the high hard one as well, like that right there.
Made him work. 5 to Arise. 7 pitches to Manny. O'Hearn with another former Oriole waiting on deck in Ramon Laureano. The off pitch. And it's hooked into right field. A base hit for O'Hearn. 2-out knock. Second hit of this first inning for San Diego. Take a look at the Dell Technologies hard drive. Laureano, team ranked since August the 1st when he became a Padres. Well, he's led them in hits, home runs, RBIs, and extra base hits. He's led them offensively. A welcome addition. Lifts a fly ball to shallow right, sunglasses on. Jeremiah Jackson will make the catch and ends the inning. We're scoreless after 1 from San Diego. scoreless as we head to the top of the second inning. That's the score on our UC San Diego Health scoreboard. Here is what is coming up the final stretch here. This is September 1st, and this is what they get coming up. More home than road, that's a good thing. But you got to take advantage of what the schedule has in front of some of these teams that are below 500.
Mentioned it off the top, and when you look at that home schedule, majority 43 and 22 record at home for San Diego. That is where you have to make hay. And then on the road, only 9 games. Stay tuned.
There's Rivera to lead it off for the O's. Okay, so the Padres beginning a crucial stretch here. 10 of the next 13 are at home. And 10 of the next 13 against sub 500 opponents.
Which
so
they
this
play
is,
well against, right?
Yep. So this is a stretch.
Got him, yes.
Well, these Oriole hitters and players should know that you hit it to the wrong guy when you hit it down that third base line. Taking away extra bases off the end of the bat, out in front a little bit on the four-seamer, and the extension for Manny. The ball's going to be hooking right there. Nice play by the Padres' third second.
So one down here in the second inning for Dylan Beavers. Recipient of strike one on a sweeper. Beavers at 318. Let's start in left field for the O's. And a grounder right to Iglesias.
No, safe.
That surprised him. Iglesias comes up throwing it. He's 2/3 of the way down there and reaches on the infield head.
Oh, I didn't know that Beavers could run that fast.
Either did Iglesias.
From the left side, chopper. Just a little bit of a crow hop right there. The difference in that one. Wow.
Beat it by a lot.
Yes, he did.
So one out, one on. Keep an eye on him. See if he's taking off for second. One almost got away. Out of the crouch comes from Mean to reel that in.
That is not an easy play right there. You got a guy throwing 94, 95. You're expecting a little bit of an error. You know, miss maybe a couple gloves each way, up or down, and that one's way up there. Nice job by Freddie.
Dylan Carlson waiting on a 1-0 from Dylan Cease. And Alves tried the knuckle curve and was up top and away. Yeah, so Beavers, 87 stolen bases in 4 minor league seasons. A little idea about his speed. Now operating at the major league level. He's only got 1 so far with the Orioles.
You know, when we were in Minnesota, that was something that the Twins have been turning around lately. Rocco Baldelli has his Twins running. You never know. With the Orioles, they're the younger team. Once again, you don't have to have blazing speed to be a good base runner, so always have to be on the lookout for the stolen bag.
You saw that with Josh Naylor in Seattle prior to Minnesota.
Slowest guys in baseball.
That is ball 4, first 2 on here. First and second with 1 away. When Padres pitchers K9, you win. Score 25% off your total purchase at participating Petco locations tomorrow with your loyalty membership. Just ask to redeem the Padres K9 promotion at checkout. So 1 out, 2 on. Samuel Baiseo, who has burst onto the scene here. Catcher right now. We'll see if he is the catcher of the future for the O's. He just got his first major league home run over the weekend.
The 29th Samuel Baiseo.
An 8-year contract. And they feel he is a big part of the future here for the O's.
Hey, good for the kid, right? Maybe a little bit of pressure taken off me that I'm going to be the guy. I'm going to get every opportunity. A left-handed hitting catcher. It's good for both sides. Good for the club, good for the catcher.
Control here all of a sudden by Dylan Cease. 6 straight balls he has thrown, and none have been particularly close. Ruben Diablo out there, a little coaching session. Baiseo who mentioned got his first Major League home run at Oracle Park over the weekend. Time now for a Callaway Kings to distance. Here it was. Taking it the other way. Just out of the reach of Ramos. He got a glove on it. 376 the distance, 103 in the exit velo, 27 degrees on the launch angle. And Tristan Peck. The youngest Baltimore catcher, 21 years, 17 days to hit his home run in franchise history, his first. That's Moss, 22 years. Swing and a miss, but he was swinging for the downs there, too.
That was not an opposite field type swing right there. But that home run we just saw, that should do wonders for his thinking about, hey, I can go the other way with authority and extra base pop. Not just trying to pull everything.
Squirts through, and the runners are going to try and advance. They do. Throw to third very late, and good job by Manny coming off the back there to keep that from left field.
Yeah, I thought that one was going to be airmailed as Gavin Sheets saw the whole play. He was backing up just in case. Whew. All right, let's go back to the pitch. Down in it once again. A big-time miss right there. Off the glove, off the thigh. Secondary leads. They're off. Now here's the throw. That's where I thought it was going to be airmailed. Nice job by Manny to get to that one.
4 balls and strikes right now. 14 balls, 13 strikes. And a pop-up foul off to the left out of play. Messiah with a full count here against Cease. Mayo waits on deck, one down, second and third. Hooks it on the ground, foul over by the Padres house. First base way.
Now, Messiah should be looking at the infield and saying, hey, there's one out here, and Padres are giving up a run. I just can play a little game of pepper to the right side to get that run home.
Center field from third base comes Beavers.
Oh, brother.
Messiah into second. He drives in a pair. 2-0 O's.
Well, this pitch right here catches a lot of the plate, and it is a fastball. Messiah, we saw that big swing of his swinging missing earlier in the at-bat. Nice dive, nice attempt right there by Jake. Can't come up with it. There's that attempt again. You got the Scorpion working at second base, and a couple birds fly home.
So the play before they got those two runners in a scoring position, they ended up ruling it a wild pitch. Thought it could have gone either way.
This is the Kobe Mayo.
Wild pitch it is.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter. Set up the two-run double. On a strike here to Mayo. First baseman for the O's, batting into the 8th spot of the order. Late in the shadows, in the sunshine is Cease on the hill. And the strike on the slider. Second base. So only one out of the inning here for Baltimore. And a swing and a miss. Needed that. Struck him out on the fast.
Yeah, got him.
He needed that big time with that runner in scoring position. Let's get down towards the bottom of the lineup. Outer half. Good location on that fastball.
On the fastball, not the slider. We're used to him striking people out with the slider. A couple things on that is a swing and a miss by Jackson on the slider. 84% of pitchers come from the slider or the four-seamer when you're talking about Dylan Cease.
Those are his main 1 and 2, right?
It's big, but you got to be careful with the slider as far as the O's go. 431 slugging percentage against the slider, third best in the majors. So they can hit the slider, but maybe not his.
Yeah, well, if the key on that stat right there, if Dylan Cease dodged that slider down away, especially with 2 strikes or ahead of the count, it's advantage Cease. Other than that, catches too much of the plate, Orioles have proven that they can crush it. Hit it well. Wonder how many people Alex Jackson has here today. Rancho Bernardo High School grad.
Back in 2014.
Gotta be a treat for the kid. Welcome back to San Diego, Alex.
They checked. No, he didn't. Mike Malinsky, first base umpire, said he didn't offer it. I thought he punched out.
Let's take another look from the side right here. No, I'll give him that. Yeah, that's a check.
I agree. 24th pitch of the inning, and a swing and a miss struck him out. But the Orioles get two, take a 2-0 lead.
Everybody, Orioles leading the Padres 2-0 in the bottom of the second on our UC San Diego Health scoreboard. Tony Manzolino, the interim manager of the Orioles, who come in at 61 and 76, last in the American League East, and as the guys were talking about moments ago, banged up by injury and some odd decision making. So Corbin Burns, their ace, no longer with him. He's in Arizona. Tyler Wells may start tomorrow. Zach Eflin out. Felix Bautista, the closer. Grayson Rodriguez out. Adley Rutschman out with another oblique injury. Stacks upon stacks of injuries. This is a team that won 91 games just a year ago, was in the wild card. The year before, 101 wins. There was so much optimism at the time in Baltimore. To see this type of slide, the fan base extremely disappointed. Injuries you can't help, but some of the decisions by not reinforcing that roster have not gone well in Baltimore, Don.
No, and it cost Brandon Hyde his job. I think the only surprising thing was how early in the season that it cost him his job.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, and somebody's going to take the hit on this, right? You can't fire a roster. You got to show some type of effort out there that says, look, we're not happy either. Mike Elias, baseball operations guy, also under a tremendous amount of heat, but I think once things start going sideways, as we've seen before, a club's going to have to pivot. And now you're asking a fan base who was used to seeing a playoff run say, all right, now we're back into developmental mode. Not easy.
No, especially they were there for a very long time before this current run, and it seemed like that they were heading in the right direction, and up. And Tony Manzolino, now the interim manager, the question will be whether or not he'll be retained for next year, whether they go out and get somebody else, because they're definitely going youth movement. That's the plan now.
That's the thing I was just going to talk about. With all those injuries, next guy up, you have a roster that does not have a lot of major league experience. In fact, for the position players, very, very young, youngest in Major League Baseball, and it all starts with pitching. I mean, let's face it, if you got a good pitching staff, you can get away with maybe some youngsters in there, you know, getting some confidence and keeping you in games, right? But when that's not the case, it's rough sledding.
Yeah, the other thing is the division in which they play is not the easiest anywhere. The American League East. Here's ball four, and a good start here in the second inning. There's Gavin Sheets. So here is the rough beginning. They're 19 and 36 through the first 55 games. Hyde was long gone. But the last 82 games under Tony Manzolino, 42 and 40. So over 500, and making good with the guys that they have. They let Hyde go after a 15 and 28 start, and many of those injuries were underway. And as like you pointed out, it's not just the 10-day IL or 15-day IL. These are 60-day ILs that the majority of these guys are on.
Yes, this could set some of these guys back even longer. Zach Eflin with the back injury. They don't know if he'll ever be back. And if they do, they think it might be a handful of years. Manzolino, though, I'm hearing internally, the right guy for the job for a couple of reasons. A ton of experience, 5 with Baltimore, but a lot with infield work. And he knows he's got young infielders, not only Jackson Holiday, but Westberg over there as well. You've got the new player, Vaseo, that you were talking about, whether he's a catcher or becomes a first baseman. They feel like he's more of a stabilizing force, has had a lot of experience handling young players, so they think he's beneficial to them at this point in time. Not sure, though, how long that'll last.
He's a Vandy guy, too, just like David Macias, Vanderbilt guy.
And a minor league manager, too, so he does have some experience doing this. Been around him the last couple of days, which has been nice to get to know him, but I think he might be the right guy for the job, to be honest with you.
You know, we've talked about this so many times. It's great to have the fundamentals of the job down, but you got to be a psychiatrist for a lot of these teams, especially integrating young guys to this level of play.
That's all guys. I mean, 66 players have been used. That's the most this season on any major league team.
If I would have said that at the beginning of the year, when they were
golden words.
absolutely shocked, but it shows you how the fortunes can flip literally in an instant.
3-1 count here to Cronenworth, with Sheets at first base. And there's a strike. He appeared to be taken all the way. Fastball ends up pretty much down the middle. As Sheets at first, Padres trailing 2-0. 7 of the last 10 have been balls. He lost his way here a little bit. See if Padres can take advantage. Leadoff walk by Sheets, and now walk to Cronenworth.
Oh, boy, yeah.
Back-to-back walks here in the second inning. Score a free jumbo jack from Jack in the Box after a Padres home run with the purchase of a large drink. And this is going to bring out the pitching coach. Drew French headed out there.
Well, as we mentioned, the 2 best pitches for Brad is just that 2-seamer and that slider. I'm guessing, a guy in scoring position here, a lot of guys, especially a guy like the plate Iglesias, looking for a fastball.
Well, he went straight fastball on Cronenworth and missed. Not locating that straight fastball. Had more success with the hard sinker. Padres have got to take advantage of back-to-back walks to open up the second inning. Iglesias standing in. Drops the bunt down, but foul. Not a bad thought with Rivera backed up at third base. Catch the Padres at home or on the go. Fans at market can watch Padres.tv. Presented by UC San Diego Health, and stream games all season long for $19.99 a month or $34.99 for the year. Visit Padres.tv for details. First and second with nobody out here in the Padres' second inning. Iglesias fights it off, lots of spin on it to first base, and handles it alone for out number 1 with the runners advance. Sheets to third, Cronenworth to second with 1 down. Kind of worked like a bunt.
Exactly. And they got in the kitchen of Iglesias, but fought it off. Enough time for the runners to advance, no force. A couple of runners in scoring position now. Once again, bottom of the order. Wes Johnson in there after the lineup change.
Out of the 8 spot, runners at second and third, 1 away. Takes a look at strike 1. Fastball, good downward movement. And Johnson in the spot, 3-13 with runners in scoring.
Bryce Johnson.
43 games. A lot of those games coming in late. Defensively. Line to center field.
Yes!
First run for San Diego.
After the nice fastball down and in, speeds up his bat with a curveball, and Johnson's all over it. That's right down the middle, right above the knees, and he puts a hurt on this one. Splits the infielders and second baseman, shortstop. Good to see Bryce Johnson. Late addition coming through.
First and third, one down, a run in. There's Freddie for me. Getting out of the 9th spot for the Padres. Swing and a miss, almost came out of his shoes on that slider. Well, this was an area before the trade deadline that really the Padres struggled in. 7 through 9. But in August, they were terrific. Batting average, slugging percentage, OPS, 13. It's definitely firmed up.
Oh, it's been a huge weapon for San Diego. And once again, that bottom of the lineup, the numbers you see, that really sets it up towards the top of the lineup when it flipped over. 1, 2, and 3.
First and third, one out, a run in. A 1 to Fermin. He is squaring and pulls it back.
Perfect situation for a safety squeeze there. Jake had to scamper back. I mean, he was getting a secondary lead. A really good one. Pitch was taken, he scampered back.
Squaring again, pulling it back again. Well, the Orioles got 2 runs in the top half of this, the second inning. But not to worry, the Padres have the best record in the majors when the opponent scores first. Not a problem. Squaring again, drops it down, foul ball.
Oh, what's a foul?
Makes it 2 and 2. He's going to come on back.
Frustrating for any hitter. Because as I mentioned all the time, it's a free run. That was a sinker right there, and when a pitcher's got a really good sinker, that is a tough pitch to bunt. The pitch is coming in on you, changing planes, talking 96, 97. It's tough to put it down.
And for me, it started 22 of 27 Padres games since coming over to the Padres. Swinging a miss, and he struck him out. Second out of this inning. Second strikeout for Bradish.
In the scouting report, swing and miss slider, and that one's a hanger. That one's right down the middle for the swing and miss.
First order over for Arise. A base hit to left field in the first inning. One of 3 Padres hits so far off Bradish. In the spot, 2 outs, runners in scoring position at 266. Driving in 18 of them. Popping up like he was going to fire to third was Jackson, the catcher. So you get the shadows about halfway to the mound. I would think anything that's got a wrinkle in it, some spin in it, could be tough.
Also, Don, look at the batter's eye, half and half, right?
Yep.
Like 2/3 shadow, a little bit of a streak of sunlight in the middle. I would always like it. What do you think would happen if I went there right now and called time and said, I just want to get a good view of what that looks like in the batter's box?
I'm pretty sure you'd be ejected,
Really?
and then, yes, spending the evening in jail. And don't bother calling me.
I'm just
Somebody else.
just always curious. Like you mentioned it, pitchers in the daylight, hitters in the shadow. Then you look at the batter's eye. There's a lot going on there. And I don't know if TV really does it justice because only the hitter knows.
Two-one pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2 curveball.
I mean, that curveball is bright. All of a sudden, then in the shadow, it goes dark, right? And then it's got spin, like you said. The curveball. Good luck.
North at third base, Johnson at first. 2 down, a run in for San Diego here in the home half of the second inning. Rise fouls it back, pitch up out of the zone. And before the Tommy John surgery, Bradish very good from 2023. June 14th through 2024, 2.81 ERA. Skubal, Cole, only better. That was the final start, June 14th, before the Tommy John surgery. 26th pitch of this inning coming up, and Arise wastes another one.
Yeah, 2023, Bradish was 4th in the AL Cy Young Award voting. That's how good he is when he's healthy.
Has struggled in this area, won for his last 20 with runners in scoring position. But he has never struck out with runners in scoring position the last 20. First and third, a 2-2 pitch. And he rips it foul. General direction.
Yeah, that's out in front of the slider right there. Heads up in that Padres dugout.
Bogey, you don't want to go broke. No. Big pitch coming into this plate appearance.
He's already wearing a boot. We don't need him to get hit anywhere else.
Backs off, disengagement. It's the first one. Driving up the pitch count of this very good starter in Bradish. Full count. The next pitch will be 50. 29 to the inning coming up. Manny Machado would be coming up. And Arise can keep it going.
Yes!
For San Diego, leading off with a couple of walks, and Luis Arise doing what he does best. Okay, you're going to pitch me away? I'm going to take it that way. You're going to try to throw me a slider? Well, I'm going to rifle it foul and stay alive. And he's fired up.
Ninth pitch at bat. First and second.
Nummer 7 Manny Machado.
And he struck out into what turned out to be a DP. As Arise was caught trying to steal back into it.
Well, as Bradish does here, that pitch down and away. We know that Manny's got some pop. Everybody knows that. Pitch count is getting up there. Takes one bad pitch for Manny to do some damage right here.
Well played, sinker.
Out at third again, keeping the ball away.
Dietrich ends first action we've seen either side. Machado goes up there trying to get that one. It was out of the zone and up. Sinker with not much sink.
Yeah, a little bit too high in the zone, out of the zone.
fourth pitch of the inning. Fouls it off again. Another one was up.
And he likes the high stuff the last two. Two pitches out of the zone, fouling him out of play. That's a heavy workload right there.
Deep into that pitch count. In an inning
Oh,
and
yeah.
2/3. Machado hits it in the air to shallow left. Shortstop Henderson out. Beavers in from left. Beavers will make the catch, but the Padres come up with a pair of runs in the inning. No-hitter bobblehead thanks to State Farm on Wednesday, September 10th. Explore all giveaways and secure your tickets at Padres.com/giveaways. Here's something I never really wanted to see, and here it is. You and the Machado basketball jersey.
On this Labor Day, the sun's out, so therefore the guns are out.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. Sorry about the Cobras.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the Dylan Cease since he's on the hill.
How can we get past the basketball jersey, though, that you're wearing?
Here's the Dylan Cease bobblehead. Don, you want to show our friends that? It's a great item. We know that a lot of Padre fans have a collection at home, and our good friends at State Farm.
Nice. Wow.
And then the basketball jersey. Let's show the
line to right, and that's going to be a fair ball to the corner. The Petco porch. For Jackson Holiday cruises into second with a leadoff double to open up the third inning.
Looked like it had some spin. It looked like a breaky ball, and that's exactly what it was. Looked like Dylan wanted to try to backdoor that one. It caught too much of the plate. To the pull side, and for the double for Holiday.
Jackson, a strikeout victim in the first inning. That's here with Holiday at second base. You can wear that the rest of the game and made a decision.
You know, I'm going to wear it in honor of Manny, because Manny, he made the last down, right? You know, I'm going to wear this for Manny.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to wear it for an inning or two. For that cat right there. Just goes to show you don't have to be young and spry as a, in school or high school. You could be a guy like me and still rock.
Mid-60s.
Still rock the. still rock the basketball jersey. I'm all about it.
I don't know that you're rocking it, by the way. So the record. 1-1 is lifted. In fact, you're wearing it. I don't know that you're rocking it. Would you consider this rocking it?
Let's get Machado.
Yeah.
Start with a huge try.
Spoiler?
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, see?
See? Well, that, yeah, but, I mean, it's like apples and oranges. It's alarming, especially up close and personal.
Dylan needs a punch out right here. No runner movement there at second base.
Fouls it back to the screen. We'll do it again, 2-2. Jackson's been very good in the spot. 421. Runners in scoring position. Been to the beach lately?
No.
You know, they have them here in San Diego. It's awesome. Cease with a double look to second base. Make it a third. 2-2.
Way off there. That was the slider. There's Freddie. Freddie's like, hey, come on now. Under control, nice and easy, coming towards me. Remember talking to Ruben Niebla about Dylan and using that bottom half, driving with that bottom half to stay on line. Let's take a look at the sequence here. Next in a sweeper.
Left side over the glove of Machado. Having to wait was Holiday, so he's just getting to third now. And make sure it gets through. And it's a base hit for Jackson, who extends his hitting streak down to 12 games. And it's first and third, nobody out here for the O's.
This would have been very key if Manny comes up with this one, because it would have held the runner. He'd have got that baseball and checked the runner, throw him out. He really goes out and gets extended on this slider.
Green side.
First and third with nobody out for Gunnar Henderson. This is the guy we were talking about earlier you got to be careful with. Coming up in a big spot. Swing and a miss. Chase that slider. Highest runners in scoring position average. AL leaders this season. Henderson fourth in that category. Bo Bichette of the Blue Jays leading at 385. Henderson at 350.
And you know, a tough guy to double up. Gunner's only grounded into 7 double plays going into this game. 490 ABs. So he is tough to double up.
Holiday at third. Jackson at first with nobody out in the Orioles' third inning. Gets a piece. Got a fold on that slider.
Let's take a look at the hot zone. Gunnar Henderson versus right-handers. You're the catcher, okay? Dylan Cease is throwing at you. He's in the left-handed batter's box. Wow. There's a lot of red there in that 309 average. He likes the pitches up, middle, and away. 462. So let's see if Dylan, see that 265? Lowest number. Let's see if he tries to go down and away. Ooh. Saved the run there.
Cease has no groundouts yet today. Everything's been in the air or a strikeout. He works with nobody out here in the third inning. Cease has induced 7 double plays on the season. And a fly ball instead down the left field line. Heading over his sheets, he won't have a play. It's back into the seats. And the AB continues. Pitch 6 coming up.
Well, there's some swing and miss in Henderson. He's punched out 120 times, so that would be ideal. You get a strikeout here, runners at the corners, keep a double play in order.
In the dirt, it gets away briefly and trying for second base. And
Out, yes.
second base is Jackson. So aggressively taken off there. Never got all that far away from Fermin. Break there for the Padres.
And what a great block by Fermin. Now, I'm not sure if Jackson wanted to try to maybe get in a snowball fight in between first and second with that runner at third. Let's check it out. I mean, Fermin, he was intent on throwing it there. He keeps going. No action from third base on Holiday. That's a huge out.
Infield in all the way around. On a pitch down, and did he go? No. And it's a full count down.
Freddie, you are a wall behind home plate, my friend. You are doing an outstanding job early this afternoon.
You're the Ferminator.
Oh.
And he loses him. This with the slider. Second walk on the afternoon here for Cease. Allstate good hands replay.
Well, this line drive down the third baseline. And Manny towards the line. He gets extended and he squeezes it, takes away extra bases. Oh, that's good hands.
There's Bruno Rivera again here. Gablo going out and shot number 2. 6 of the last 8 Orioles have reached. There's been plenty of traffic here over the last 2 innings.
Yes, out of the stretch quite a bit. Remember that play we just showed you? That was a slider that he got extended on, so that might be something that it doesn't mean you can't throw him a slider. Just got to be careful, keeping the ball down.
Able doing a lot of the talking there. Rivera coming up.
50-50 on the four-seamer slider, huh?
That's usually the case, right?
Showing the sinker, knuckleball, and a sweeper. Not a lot of damage on the first pitch offerings this season. Right here for Rivera.
Lined out to third base. And Machado, as you saw. First and third with 1 away. And a tie game. There's strike one. Starts him with a sinker. Line changer.
Yeah, that's where he needs to be. That's a really good pitch at 95.
It was Emmanuel Rivera.
The short time this year that Rivera's been up, he's only grounded into 3 double plays.
Down the right field line foul. Nice catch. Next pitch will be 60. And 2 1/3 for Cease. Swing and a miss, and he struck him out.
Got him, yes.
Fourth strikeout for Cease, 2 down.
And he went for the Dylan Cease slider, and why not? After starting off 95 pinpoint control, now you go out there for a strike. Well, this looks like a fastball, and Rivera's got to protect. Way out in the front with the bad swing. A really good slider, big out.
Well, it's now 43 Ks with runners in scoring position. Fourth most in the majors. For Dylan Cease. This is with the knuckle curve to Dylan Beavers. Cease with 2 outs, runners in scoring position. 2 for 6 for Beavers. Gets away from me, not far enough. Or Jackson Holiday to try it, so he gets back to third.
Let's go back to that last pitch right here, the knuckle curve, and that's a go. Another nice block pitch right there by Freddie.
Strike 2.
Thank you.
99.
On the corner.
Oh,
4th and K.
25th pitch of the inning coming up here for Dylan Cease. Beavers pops it a foul out of play. And behind the O's house.
Is that the bird cage down there?
I guess so, yeah. That's where they live. Aviary.
Nice. Good miss for a punch out right there.
It's 65 for Dylan Cease. Swing and a miss.
Got him, yes.
Back-to-back K's, 5 all for Dylan Cease. No surprise, goes to the slider to get Dylan.
coaches who are heavily involved in that and spend a lot of time with him. So he's a guy that we love. He's a guy that we feel like in a lot of ways is a Baltimore Oriole, even though he's wearing the other uniform today. So we're gonna miss him. We wish him the best. Maybe not these next few days, but he's a guy that as this team kind of goes into the playoffs, he'll have a whole organization here in Baltimore rooting for him.
Now, Ryan O'Hearn here to lead things off against Kyle Bradish, a buddy of his. We can talk about the impact you have on a team. After only 2.5 years in an organization, to hear such high praise from Tony Manzolino and others throughout that organization speaks to the kind of man you are and the kind of investment that not only they had in you, as Tony was talking about, but you had in them, because they don't give any more than they feel like you're buying into an organization.
Right, O'Hearn.
Not only with Baltimore, but also with Kansas City that preceded it, Don.
Well, I know you talked to him before the game where we heard the soundbite of him playing his old teammates, but certainly, it's kind of a strange place to be on the other side of the field here, facing a team that you were very much invested in very recently.
And you consider the fact that there they thought they were going to be highly competitive. You put Laureano and O'Hearn in that lineup, and you don't have Emmanuel Rivera forced to hit fourth for you right now. Completely different dynamic. So to be able to impart the wisdom that I think O'Hearn offered the Orioles, and in return that he received from Baltimore, I think it leaves a huge void in that organization. You can hear it in the manager.
I think just getting to know Ryan a little bit and Ramon, you can see these guys could be a part of a club, in the clubhouse and on the bench and on the field, right? And that's a huge omission, not only what they do offensively, but as far as the culture in the clubhouse. You can see that in those two guys, no doubt.
He's definitely a leader over there in Baltimore as he ground the right side. And it's right to Holiday, who will throw out O'Hearn for the first shot here at the third inning.
Manzolino was telling me before the game, over batting practice, he said he's never been around a player that can cross not only generations. Ryan is in his early 30s. I'm talking to younger players, talking to Latino players, talking to players from other cultures, other walks of life, and just instantly those players gravitate to him. He was like a Pied Piper in Tony Manzolino's words. It was interesting to hear just how much reverence he had for him.
Well, certainly fit in here very, very well since coming over. There's no doubt about that. And he's been a pleasure to be around, that's for sure. One out is Laureano. Swing and a miss. And after the slider, Bradish had to work very hard in the second inning. Padres came back to tie the score 2-2.
Left field's number 5 football, Lloyd.
And they both turned into runs to tie this game at 2 aside. That's strike 3. Laureano goes looking. Third strikeout for Bradish. 2 down here in the third inning.
That's 495 there. Bradish goes from the first base side of that rubber, and you get a really good look at that sinker and that action. Looks like that sinker's going to be outer half, then bang, comes back. A really good movement right there.
Here comes Sheets. Walked in and scored in the second inning. Gavin Sheets' dad, Larry Sheets, a former Oriole, and he was born in Lutherville, Maryland. Went to high school at Gilman High School in Baltimore. So he's got Baltimore ties, even though he's never been to L. His dad was. Same, of course, for Jackson Merrill.
That's right.
He's activated today.
Yep.
He is available today. I don't know if we'll see him or not on the starting lineup, but he's now active off the IL. Also added Sean Reynolds as the roster's expanded it September 1st.
2 extra spots there, so stay tuned to that. The Padres offense and defense, we've been doing fine, but to have that kid back has been missed.
Sheets walked in the second. He's got a 7-game hitting streak at 524 during the 7-gamer. 2-2 pitch. And he gets him. Struck him out on a sinker. It's a 1-2-3 third for Brown.
Yeah.
2 to the fourth we go.
No. Hold on. Let me pull back.
Well, the Padres offense and defense, they're doing fine. But to have that kid back has been missed.
Sheets walked in the second. He's got a 7-game hitting streak at 524 during the 7-gamer. 2-2 pitch. And he gets him. Struck him out. We move to the 4th inning. We'll gather your crew and upgrade your game day. You want a Petco Park's private and renovated suites, perfect for hosting clients, birthday parties, or family reunions. Suites make for an elevated game day experience. Limited chances remain. Start planning your outing now at Padres.com/suites. They did.
It's a great place to bring the family and friends, maybe from work. Great venue out at the building, right, Don?
Yes, the building. Western Metal Supply Company building. Carlson, a center fielder, leading it off for the O's. Will be on top, too.
Yeah, that's great. Wasn't too long ago. You and I were up there doing the game. It was earlier in the year.
Carlson, Basayo, and Mayo. 6, 7, and 8 for Baltimore here in the 4th inning. Tie game. Strike call. Didn't think so, but really raised that outside corner. 70 on the afternoon, coming up here for Cease. Popped up mile high, and it's for me discarding the mask, and the catcher, a little stagger.
God, yeah.
You see Fermin backpedaling as that ball was coming down. It's got that spin to where it's going to come back towards the infield. Discard the mask. A little backpedaling. Oh, that's got to be a bad feeling right there. But he gets the job done.
So one down here in the 4th inning. Basayo, the DH. Double to right center field to drive in both. O's runs.
It's when I stab your Pasalo.
Hits are extra base hits. Generally, when he makes contact, hits it hard. Goes after the slider. 5 strikeouts so far in the day for Cease. Working with 1 out here in the 4th inning in a 2-2 ball game. First of 3 between the Padres and the Orioles. A very brief homestand for San Diego, just the 3 games.
These are so important games. I mean, we mentioned the home schedule, 43 and 22. And to add on to that, just get a good roll before you go into Colorado, where you never know what's going to happen there.
No idea. Straightens him up at 98. Basayo lines one down the right field line. It is going to be a fair ball. Up against the wall on a hop. Basayo to second base, sliding with a double. His second double in the game. After he doubled to drive in 2 runs in the second, he doubles here with 1 out in the 4th inning.
Kid's got some pop in that swing, and that's a fastball that's in. It looks like Fermin was set up away, so he spins on this one. That's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball to the pull side.
You see what they like about him.
Yes.
In scoring position with one away. It'll be Mayo coming up. Big swing and miss at the slider. So both the doubles for Basayo, coming with 2 strikes.
With 60, Colby, Mayo.
For San Diego. First action we've seen in the San Diego pen. Sayo at second, 1 out in this tie game. Outside. Mayo struck out swinging. He had the second inning, 1 of 5 Ks for Dylan Cease. Through 3 1/3 so far. Here's a look at our wire cam presented by Defy. Getting starters deeply into games has been a problem lately for the Padres.
It most certainly has, and that's something that hopefully changes in the month of September. Really set up that bullpen, especially with the lead.
That one gets away, glancing off of Fermin and by him back to the backstop. And taking third base, Basayo now the go-ahead run 90 feet away.
Well, that looks like pass ball written all over it because it looks like Freddie tries to bring that one back, right? Catching it, see how he kind of squeezed it and they kind of bring it back. It didn't have the ball in his glove, though. So just a little bit too quick to try to bring it back.
2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and struck him out. Slide
On him, yes.
6th strikeout for C. Second time Mayo's down by way of the count.
That pitch out of the zone, right out of the hand, looks like it's going to be a strike. And then the tilt on it, and Mayo way out in front of it.
The Orioles now 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position. 5 of the 6 strikeouts have come with runners in scoring position for Dylan Cease. There's Alex Jackson out of the 9 spot. And he'll take ball 1. Struck out swinging in the second.
This might be Cease's last hitter regardless. You got Jackson, Holiday on deck, the lefty. You got the lefty Morejon warming.
Falls behind 2-0.
He gets out of this inning. It's good, you know. The pitch count's getting up there, 85.
Some stress innings, really the last 3. Strike 1. By inning, 36 balls, 50 strikes so far. Two and two, back to the slider. Sayo, 90 feet away, even closer now. 2-2 pitch. Pokes it foul off to the right out of play.
One fastball. 4 wrinkles. What's coming next?
Hold off to the right.
So the velo's still there, 99.
Next pitch, 90.
This year, I don't think it's been an issue for Dylan. I mean,
velocity's not been a problem.
no. He's been into the 6th inning, and up around 100 pitches, he's still got that good fuzz.
Thrown fouled off. Another fastball. Of this AB coming up.
God, yeah.
Strikes him out second time. 7 strikeout receipts. They lead with Sayo. Bradish with a quick third, 1-2-3 inning. And he is 70 pitches deep as we head here into the bottom of the 4th. Tied at 2. Homeworth, Iglesias, Johnson, 6, 7, and 8. The trio scheduled here in the 4th inning. Homeworth walked and scored in the 2nd.
Jake Cronenworth.
That's a 7-game hitting streak. 474 during that, 9 for 19.
Well, first 2 pitches to Jake away, giving him left field. You know that Jake likes the breaking ball that catches a lot of the zone, something to the pull side for the second baseman. Ooh, back door right there. But once again, away. Trying to keep it away from Cronenworth.
Ball 3.
Well, that one lit up, and that could swing the count. And it swings it in Jake's favor through it rather than 2-2. Big pitch right here.
his hitter's timeout. He adjusts all his gear. He's got stuff on his elbows. He's got stuff on his hand. He gets hit a lot. You might as well have all that stuff. And even then, it doesn't help. It still hurts.
It still hurts.
Yeah. The off pitch here to Cronenworth. Popped up left side. Third baseman Rivera makes the catch in fair ground.
Hey, Padre fans, Mumford & Sons are coming to Petco Park on Saturday, December 27th. Don't miss this full venue concert with Lord Huron, Sierra Farrell, and Lily Mayola. For more information, visit Padres.com/wildhorses. Don't want to miss that one. Once again, as always, Petco Park, a great venue.
5 in a row retired by Bradish, and a first pitch strike in there to Iglesias.
Shortstop number 7, Jose Iglesias.
To first base in the second. He's been the guy. And shortstop in the absence of Xander Bogaerts on the IL.
Stinks having Xander out, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Everybody deals with it, but you know what? Quite frankly,
pop up first base way, Mayo. 2 down. Time for the top tier plays presented by Arco. Mark?
Well, I'll tell you what, in the second inning, the hanging breaking ball right there, Johnson's all over it. Takes it right up the middle. The RBI, Gavin Sheets scores a breaking ball. Luis Arias to left, dumps it in there. Jake comes around to score. That's where we're at right now.
2 down in the inning.
Just going to mention regarding the injuries. So there's been, around the league, we play teams. There've been tons and tons of injuries. Overall, I would have to say big picture for San Diego. We're pretty lucky as far as the injury situation has been concerned.
They are. Just got Jackson Merrill back, and of course, just losing this guy. Tough part about losing Xander is, he was so good for the last, 3 months?
Yeah.
And you really need him the last month.
Yeah.
And not going to be at your disposal. You just hope you can get him back for the postseason. Strike 2. 6 in a row now. We're tired as Merrill is reinstated on the roster. Was not in the starting lineup, but available to come off the bench. 2-2. Johnson with an RBI single in the second. That is 3 gets him looking.
Cease took the rock, a couple of stressful innings. In the third inning, started with a double. How about Freddie Fermin erasing the runner there? Dylan Cease reaching back, slider, 2 strikeouts to get out of it. And then another nice slider right there. You talked about the 4th inning. After a 1-out double, a pass ball, runner at third base. Mayo gone, Jackson strikeout. 7 strikeouts for Dylan Cease, 4 of the slider. If you're a left-handed hitter, those pitches are in. A right-handed hitter, it's away. So Dylan Cease, 4 frames this afternoon. Handing it over to left-hander Adrian Morejon. We got a tie ball game here. And for the left-hander, 65th game. And this kid is having one heck of a summer. Don?
91 pitches today for Dylan Cease in his 4-inning effort. Jackson Holiday leading it off, doubled his last time up. Right side, going back to the outfield wall is Cronenworth.
Got him. Yeah.
The last 11 for Morejon, encompassing 12 total innings, 4 hits, 0 earned runs. Walking 2, striking out 13.
Can you say dominating?
Yes, dominating.
He's just fun to watch.
Fly ball, center field. Johnson back at the wall. It is gone. Off the batter's eye for Jeremiah Jackson.
You know what? You can only laugh. My goodness gracious, really?
There are announcer jinxes, and then there's you.
And you know what? I'll be the first one to say I do not believe in that BS.
I know.
Jinxes and no such thing.
I think you should own it.
It happens. Oh, hey, I said it. I don't care. It's part of baseball. Unbelievable.
Thank you, Mark Crabb.
Unbelievable.
Yep. You got a hold of this one.
Yeah, well, it was a breaking ball, and it was right into the swing path right there.
Did you get your sentence finished before that went out?
I don't think I did.
No, you're just at the end of your point.
Hey, it happens. That's baseball. That's unbelievable. I'm actually glad to be a part of that one, quite frankly.
Really? So the Orioles take the lead. And Gunnar Henderson has slide out to left and walk, and a big cut there to the sinker. Second home run in the last 3 games now for Jeremiah Jackson. Hit one Saturday. Anderson fly out to left in the first, walked in the third. We saw that against Padres starter Dylan Cease. That'll be part of the decision today. 4 innings, 2 runs, 91 pitches. 1-2 is back to Morejon. Fills his position very well.
Got him. Yeah.
Anytime you hear a bad snap like that, that's music to a pitcher's ears. Bouncing back after the home run. This part of the order.
So Mr. Jinx over here, just so you know, the homer by Jackson snaps Morejon's 42 2/3 homerless inning streak.
Oh, you didn't think it was going to happen for the rest of his career? Never give up a home run, did you?
No, but
No such thing, my friend. Superstitions are for weak minds. You heard it here first.
so it's fouled back to the screen. Entering today, it was tied for the 3rd longest active streak in the majors, 2nd in the National League before you made that statement. And then it happened.
It sure did.
That guy hit it out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
It's all because of you.
That is.
Just to be clear, your name is Mark? Correct.
With a K.
Right.
Yeah.
There are 2 of us in this booth, but you are Mark. 2 strikes. Manuel Rivera is lined out to third. He has struck out swinging 0 for 2 today. To center, falling fast and in for a base hit. 2-out knock for Rivera.
Good fuzz, 98, 99, and then he fights this one off. And he's getting hands in. His hands, and then butt of the bat, nearly, it's that Orioles on his chest to get that barrel to that fastball in.
So the O's have a runner at first with 2 down, run in. The Beavers up over the mound towards short. Iglesias on the run.
Got him, yes.
For Chicago, the Cubs now 6-4 in their last 10 ball games. They remain right now atop the wild card standings. We know Padres focused on winning the National League West, trying to overtake the Dodgers, but in the meantime, you got to contend with the Cubs right now with that top slot. Significant because if you go in as a wild card team, we talked about how good the Padres have been as a home team. Home team has won the wild card game only 48% of the time. However, guys, the team that wins game 1 has never lost the series. So if you can host, win game 1, those teams 12-0, which plays into how nicely the Padres have been here at Petco Park, Don.
We saw that a year ago against the Atlanta Braves as they took game 1. There's a bunt hit by Fermin. The new pitcher, and he's there.
Oh, he dropped it, yes.
Just into the game here. And another man will reach.
Well, just a great mindset of coming up to the plate and knowing the situation, need base runners, and Freddie puts it down, puts pressure on ends, and takes him off the bag. Can't squeeze it. Freddie is aboard. In and out of the glove.
He won on the throw. Now Rice drops down the bunt hit also. Sacrifice is complete. 1-3 on the sacrifice. And the tie run into scoring position in for Maine. And now bring back to Machado. And 0 for 2. Struck out in the first. Flied out to left in the second. And the good news is the Padres get Bradish out of this game. After 4 innings, 4 hits, gave up 2 runs, walked 2, struck out 5. Ends who had been up earlier.
Manny Machado.
Now comes into the game here in the 5th. Next piece of the changeup, and evens a count of 1-1. Jackson will have room. Shy of the track, makes the catch, tagging at second, moving to third. Is Fermin without a problem. 2 down. And they'll bring up Ryan O'Hearn. Chance to tie this game. Fermin 90 feet away. O'Hearn missing his former team. Singling to right in the first.
This is Ryan O'Hearn.
This is an O's pen you can get to. They're ranked 25th of 30 teams in the majors with a 4.63 ERA. Spinning out of the way was O'Hearn.
Well, there's been a couple of times this year where Ryan's put together really good at-bats against lefties. A couple of home runs, in fact. Just try to flare something right here. Get that run home.
2-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball 95.
So that's where the ends kind of averages out at. He's also got a change up, a cutter, sinker, and the curve.
The catcher Jackson will not have a play in the first row of the box seats.
Nice catch by that fan right there. Barehanded. Oh, sorry about the Louis Vuitton bucket hat. I see ya.
I didn't even know Louis Vuitton made a bucket hat.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you?
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Yeah. They're on sale.
Playoff pitch. And that's ball 4.
Ball 4, yes.
First base with a 2-out run. Loriano a chance. Benz has allowed runs in 4 of his last 5 appearances. First and third with 2 down. Highest OPS among outfielders. Loriano 899. With the Padres 935. Aaron Judge on top 1100. Strike 1. Out on the edge at 96.
Pretty good season. We've documented what Ramon has done, but off of righties 302, lefties 277. He's got 8 home runs off of lefties this season.
And the fastball 0-2.
And there's that huge hole on that right side.
Wide open.
Yep.
Mayo holding the runner on. With Holiday way over towards second base. Here's timeout granted Loriano.
Hey, a guy might want to expand big time right here. A ball in the dirt. Wild pitch, you never know.
Strikes to Loriano.
Nice.
2-2.
Fish ain't biting on the changeup right there. Not even close.
So it's 0-2. It's a Well, 12 singles through the right side this season, although now first baseman Mayo will not be holding on to O'Hearn with a full count. Pulls behind him. 3-2 pitch, time to party. And base hit into left field. From third comes for Maine. This game is tied 3-3. Ramon Laureano.
What?
For Maine, this game. Although now, first baseman Mayo will not be holding on to O'Hearn with a full count. Pulls behind him. 3-2 pitch, time to party. And base hit.
Yes!
Serious coverage right here, going down and in after that changeup away. This one leaks down and in, speeds up his bat and through the 5.5 hole. You're talking about two-out clutch hit right there. We just saw it. And the former Oriole coming through.
Now a quick break from Sapon Casino.
It's more than just a business, but the place that has always supported me for when it's time to return to it. Sapon, I made it mine. Make it yours.
First and second, 2 down, a run in. True French, the pitching coach out there for the O's. Throwing error started the sun. But Fermin reaching, the pitcher ends committing that error. Now it's first and second, 2 down, in a tie game. Gavin Sheets, third plate appearance of this game, has walked and struck out. The Padres have answered the Orioles both times immediately after they've scored. 2 in the second, 1 so far here in the fifth. Foul back below us.
Oh, this could be good, but it is not.
Moves over and under. He'll make the catch and ends the inning, but Ramon. Weekend presented by Blue Shield. They host the Arizona Diamondbacks. Purchase a special theme game package on September 26th or 27th to receive a limited edition themed hat.
Theme game.
Visit Padres.com/Hispanic Heritage.
You gotta buy a theme game ticket.
Right, otherwise you won't get the item.
It's a sweet item, too.
First pitch right to Dylan Carlson. Adrian Morejon staying in the game. It's the fifth, starts the sixth. Carlson has walked.
Заведет на фитиль Dylan Carlson.
Action in the Padre bullpen. You got the big tall right-hander Jason Adam as Morejon twirls plateward. Look down towards the bottom of the lineup, a couple of righties before the top of the lineup.
Foul ground as O'Hearn heads over, won't have a play. It's well back amongst the spectators. Let's see if San Diego.
Yeah, and speaking of that, thank you, San Diego, coming out on this Labor Day. Gallagher Square is packed, upper tank, good vibe downtown at the corner of Tony and Trevor. Oh yeah, it's all good.
Hello.
We see you. You guys rocking the house?
Instead of spinning out of the way. Opens a count at 2-2. Carlson, Masayo, Mayo, 6, 7, and 8. Expected here for the Orioles. Swing and a miss.
Got it, yes.
After seeing 98, 99, he's got that spinning breaking ball too. This is really a good pitch. That's in and out of the zone on the Morejon changeup. Boy, that's a bad-looking hack and a really good pitch.
One down in the sixth. Sayo has doubled twice. Once to right center. One down the right field line towards the Petco porch. The first double to right center drove in 2 runs. First 2
This
of
is
the day.
the 29th, Samuel Buffalo.
He's the DH today, but also catches. Right at the top of the zone. 98 for Morejon. The looper up goes Iglesias.
Got it, yes.
For short, that was going to run into center. Forgot Iglesias. He goes all the way out to make the catch over the shoulder for out number 2.
Oh, that was fun to watch. The broken bat, good pitch, good play. Candelita is all over it. Oh, yeah. It's worth another look. Beautiful.
Well, 2 outs in the inning. That's it for Morejon. We got a pitching change from Petco Park in San Diego. Baltimore, San Diego tied at 3.
Pitching change signed by Mike Schultz.
With 2 down to the 6th inning, Morejon is gone, and Jason Adam is into the game.
Well, last time Jason was out there was on Saturday, 10 pitches out on the hill. He is fresh and ready to go after the day off yesterday. 65th game. Yes, workhorse, you betcha. And tremendous numbers for Jason Adam.
Dealing with the bottom of the order here for the O's. They've had a tough day. The 8-9 hitters 0 for 4 with 4 Ks. And this is the 8th guy, and Kobe Mayo struck out swinging in the 2nd, repeated the act in the 4th inning.
The 16th, Kobe Mayo.
Base is empty. Strike 2.
Adam trying to hold the Mayo hitless tonight.
You don't get that stuff everywhere, you know.
You bet you don't. was he?
1-2 pitch. Hot shot, eats up. Machado gets by him quickly into left. And a 2-out knock for Mayo.
There's that slider speeding up his bat right there. Not a bad pitch, but it just all boils down to location. And left that one down the way. It looks like it's kind of backs up even a little bit as Manny tries to work the backhand.
So 2 down. Mayo at first. Here's Alex Jackson. 0 for 2. He has struck out twice, both times swinging. Strike one, 1-1. Second hitter that Jason Adam has faced since coming into the game. Art home in an inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 1 run. On the home run by Jeremiah Jackson. Didn't walk anybody, struck out 1. 2-2.
That changeup, tremendous movement. That nearly got by the shoe tops of Jackson. There's the changeup grip on the hand. Looks like it would be middle in and off the table.
CD's hitters timeout. Alex Jackson. Struck him out.
On him, yes.
Able to strike out Alex Jackson, who goes down by way of the cave for the 3rd time today. It ends the top of the 6th. And the brief homestand for the Padres as they'll have Thursday off, and then it is off to Denver. 3 against the Rockies coming up. And then the Padres will return home to take on the Cincinnati Reds and the Colorado Rockies coming up in a big homestand there. A chance for the Padres really to gain some ground. And they get another trip coming up to New York and to Chicago. For the Padres, that takes you pretty much through September.
Yeah, join in on the fun. And one thing I'd like to tell you, Donnie, I know you're with me on this. This fan base has done a great job of
golden word.
We go everywhere in the circuit, and I tell you what, we see a lot of brown and gold, and it really helps out. It really makes us feel proud for the Padres fans to go out there and do what they do.
And a lot of City Connects.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about that across the league. Cronenworth grounds one foul. Leads it off here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Watkins scored in the second, popped out to third base in the fourth inning. And down the count 1-2.
Having a good old time at the ball yard. Come on, Jake!
First foul off to the left out play. Cronenworth, Iglesias, Johnson. 6, 7, and 8. Will be along here for the Padres in the sixth inning. From short, Henderson pops up and throws out Cronenworth. That's a nice play. Rangy play, and then hops up and has plenty of time to get Cronenworth for the first out of the sixth.
Yeah, the mindset for this Orioles pitching staff should be just that. If I keep the ball on the ground, I got a pretty good chance of hitting that area for Henderson. Spin move. Flashing the leather. On the other side of the bag at second base for the shortstop Henderson.
First out of the bottom of the sixth inning. Here's Iglesias. Just made a very nice defensive play over the shoulder catch in center.
Shortstop number 7, Jose Iglesias.
0 for 2 today, and lifts a fly ball to right field. Shallow. Jeremiah Jackson for out number 2. Here's Bryce Johnson. Drop it like it's hot. Snoop Doggy Dog.
Oh, son Bob.
Severe to number 29, Bryce Johnson.
This is a bunt bid, but too hard. One hop to Mayo, who applied the tag to end the inning. What? So we head to the top of the seventh inning, calling all faithful. Sign up for Padres text messages to receive exclusive Padres news content, information, and more. Text Padres to 78469 to join the fun. Again, text Padres to 78469 or visit Padres.com/contact. We'll go to the seventh inning. Back out there is Jason Adam. Top of the order. Jackson Holiday leading it off here for Baltimore. A 1-for-3 game today. For the O's second baseman, a double in the third. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike.
I think it's a Jackson Holiday.
I was just going to mention that changeup because Jason Adams is very effective against righties and lefties. He's proven that this season. With that changeup to a lefty, and it was all in that swing right there by Holiday. It gives you an idea how tough it really is. Looks like a fastball, but great movement down and away for the bad hack.
On the ground towards shortstop, Iglesias on the run.
Got it, yes.
Jackson, it's time for our Snapdragon drive of the game. It is put him on top 3-2 briefly. Third home run. Second in the last 3 days. Goes around. Three of his career home runs on the first pitch.
Oh, I gotta mute my mic.
Came in, gave up a base hit to Mayo before striking out Alex Jackson to end the 6th inning. That's the first out here of the 7th.
I think we lead the league in Jacksons today in this game. We got Jeremiah Jackson, Jackson Holiday, Alex Jackson, Jackson Harrell.
2-2. There's Jackson.
Hey, Jackson.
Wonderful seeing him today.
Talking with Kingfish, we wish him well. Hopefully he's back in the rotation soon.
Padres pitchers K9 batters today, so you win. Score 25% off your total purchase at participating Petco locations tomorrow with your loyalty membership. Just ask to redeem the Padres K9 promotion at checkout. Fouled off to the right out of play. And Jason Adams with a 1.29 ERA at home. Third lowest in Major League relievers. The glove, a piece of it, and Iglesias and into left field. A 1-out base hit for Jackson, his third hit of the game. And aboard with one down here in the 7th inning for Baltimore.
You know, I'm not saying that Jose Iglesias shouldn't have made this play, but I'll tell you what, in his illustrious career defensively, that's a play that he makes a lot. Once again, not saying he should have made that play, it's a play he could have made because he's so good with the glove. We've seen that. At least you hold him to a single right there.
1 out, 1 on. Gunnar Henderson, 0 for 2 with a walk.
Talk about a big part of the game right here. This is the guy we talked about.
Så that was Gunnar Henderson.
Offensive categories, tops for the Orioles.
Rolls and foul outside of first. Nothing at 2 to Gunnar Henderson. 1 out, 1 on. And off the backside is Adam. Brief meeting with himself. Ball 1. Henderson leading the Orioles in most offensive categories with an RBIs with 61.
careful with that pitch away, especially up and away, because Henderson go that way. And so that changeup is effective. Maybe that sinker down and away. Have him hook something, keep it on the ground.
Foul back, do it again. Pitch 6 coming up.
More spin and off speed than straight stuff. Only one four-seamer. Why? Because he likes the four-seamer. He likes the heater.
Down the left field line, headed foul again. Here's a look at our wire cam, presented by Define.
Work it, Marty.
45,586, 45,586, 59th sellout of the year here at Petco Park. We thank you for the faithful. On the ground, softly hit. Iglesias will have no play anywhere, and down is Jason Adams.
Oh, no. I think it was on his follow-through, his knee.
Uh-oh, I think he's hurt.
He was calling for help right away from the training staff, and Ben Frazier first out there. He turned right away, and now Mark Rogo, the head athletic trainer, coming out as well.
I don't know whether this was on the follow-through or if he tried to maybe make a move on that batted ball and twisted. Oh, but he went down and he did not move.
He went through so many years to get to this point, to where he is now. And we hope that it's nothing serious. Ben Frazier was calling for almost immediately.
Okay, here's the pitch. There's the follow-through, and it looked like he wanted to plant, maybe try to turn and go for that ball, and then that's when it bit him. And that's when he went down, right there. Yeah.
sending him off well. We wish him well. Thoughts with him for sure. We will step aside. Looks like Robert Suarez, the closer, coming in here. We'll step aside. Game tied 3-3. Robert Suarez into the game here, as leaving is Jason Adam with an injury, and we will show you the replays as Suarez warms up to give him as long as he needs.
Now watch his left leg as this ball is thrown. It just takes a little bit. Okay, he planted now the right. Now watch his left, right here on that plant, right there. See how that kind of twists a little bit? And then you know what? And that's all it takes. He went down. Watch again, left side, right. Here, there. See how it kind of caught a little bit? Right there. And then he brought it up, laid down on it, and that was it. He did not move from that position for a while.
So now the trainers come out, and here's what he says to them as he arrives. I felt something pop. Not good.
No, we wish him well. As Robert Suarez takes over, and Eric's a couple runners. And from the hard-thrown right-hander, 59th game. Knotted up at 3. Got to hold the O's. Opponents hitting 203. The whip below 1 for the hard-thrown right-hander. More strikeouts than innings pitched.
The door in center field is open. And there's also security on the field at the moment. The pinch hitter Colton Cowser is going to pinch hit here for Rivera. The runners at first and second, 1 out. And the right-hander, Robert Suarez, into the game. To 11, 12 home runs, 30 runs grounded in for Cowser. Pops it up, foul ground. Machado will give chase. One of the play. It's been 126 games since Suarez entered a game in the 7th inning. Going to go back to September of 2023 versus the Giants. Kind of a strange place for him to be.
And this is the mindset, 9th, 7th, 6th, 8th, whatever the case may be. He needs outs. Okay? Now you're kind of looking ahead. Mason Miller threw 13 pitches yesterday in Minnesota. So if the Padres are going to hold them right here, take the lead, yeah, in a safe situation, Mason Miller would be your guy probably. First things first, got to leave those runners out there.
God, yes.
Suarez's changeup is one of his better pitches, and it can come and help him many, many times. We talk about the fastball, 100, 101, whatever the case may be, but righty on lefty especially, get him out front. That is a nasty weapon for Suarez.
First and second, 2 down. Dylan Beavers. Strike one, right after the changeup. Beavers singled in the infield, back in the second.
Dylan Beavers.
That's how he is struck out swinging and grounded to short. Off the end of the bat foul. There's at first and second. The responsibility of Jason Adam leaves with an injury. Second, Henderson at first, 2 outs in the Orioles' 7th inning. Down and in, 101. Line to right and a base hit. Jackson being waved around. Here's the throw from Laureano. It'll be late. Orioles will take a 4-3 lead. Big 2-out RBI single for Dylan Beavers to right field as the Orioles on top 4-3.
It's the changeup, but just catches too much of the plate on contact. He stayed on it. Now the race is on. Laureano with the really good arm, the 2-hopper, not in time. Leave it to Beavers to get that run home and have the Orioles take the lead.
So they're at the corners now with 2 down. Dylan Carlson. His walk fouled out, struck out.
So if it's Dylan Carlson.
It is charged to Jason Adam, who is still responsible for Gunnar Henderson at third base. On the ground, Machado picks it at third base, gets up, fires the first hit time.
Got him, yes.
tomorrow for Game 2 of the 3-game series between the Padres and the O's. Tyler Wells on the mound for the Orioles tomorrow. 3 starts, 0-2, 5.87 ERA. Yu Darvish making his 11th start, 3-4 with a 5.66. It started 6:15 on the pregame show. Then it's the Padres and Orioles in the middle game of the 3-game series. A few clouds above, but a beautiful day on this Labor Day in San Diego.
Stretch time. Everybody stretching it out, hoping for a Padre comeback, trailing by 1. It's a beautiful feeling downtown. Time to go to work.
Hands back out there again. Now working with the lead. Down the line, but foul outside of third.
Kirsten nummer 54 ready for Mead.
Well, for Eds, he's completed more than 1 inning in 8 of his 13 relief outings this year, so he's a guy who can go multiple innings. He's already got 2 in the books, starting his 3rd.
That is strike 3, gets him looking. Second strikeout of this game for Mead.
Well, this is a changeup. Right at the knees.
One down in the 7th inning. Here's a rise. Two-hit day today for a rise. Double-barreled action in the pen. Rico Garcia, Keegan Aiken. Here's a ground ball back up the middle.
Yes.
Get that baseball. Number 1,000 for Luis. Congratulations. His 43rd multi-hit game. Second most in the National League, one behind Trey Turner.
Now it's worth another look. The high breaking ball, he stays on it nicely. Check that box. Quite an accomplishment in the career of Luis Ariz.
Here comes Tony Manzolino. Interim manager going to make the change. We have 1 out. As Eds gives up that base hit to Ariz, tying run at first base. Not made the move yet, I don't believe. And now coming in, Rico Garcia from center field, so he is leaving. We've got a pitching change for Petco Park in San Diego with the Orioles on top 4-3. For the Padres, 1 out, 1 on. New pitcher, Rico Garcia.
Well, this kid right now owns highs in strikeout rates this year with the four-seam, the curve, the slider, and the change. Entering his 17th game. Whip above a 1. Walked 5 in 21 and a third. Rico Garcia.
First pitch strike to Manny Machado on a slider. And today he struck out into a deep hit.
Tumisin betul si Manny Machado.
Out to right. Back into that DP, by the way, the caught stealing of Arise after striking out in the first inning. Arise at first, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. Will go back and make the catch on the run. I thought for sure I was going to get up over his head, but Beavers quickly back to make the grab. Short off that speed, 2 down.
Nothing you can do there, man. It's a hanging breaky ball out in front of it, hits it on the line. I thought it had a chance as well. Taking away extra bases.
104 the exit velocity. But it's out number 2. Here's Joe Hearn, the former Oriole. Foul tipped for strike 1.
Tumisin betul si Ryan O'Hearn.
Foul off to the left, 0-2. This copyright telecast presented by the authority of the San Diego Padres may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent of San Diego Padres. 2 down, 7th inning. Runner at first. In the dirt for ball 1. Held on to first base by Mayo. Two and 2. Missed with a curveball. And fouled back into the top tank.
Well, some hard stuff in curveball. So right now it's flip a coin between those two. As we mentioned before, Rico Garcia also throws a slider to change, but he's going after O'Hearn with just a couple of his pitches.
Swing and a miss, and that will strike him out. And the inning. Rise was running, but it doesn't matter because O'Hearn strikes out.
Got him. Yeah. Oh no.
Jackson cut his adaptation path to a single film
The sixth inning, Messiah at the plate. We got Iglesias at short. Candelita making it look easy. Over the shoulder, name and number to the crowd around home plate, and he hauls it in to take away. Adrian Morejon likes it. Everybody loves it. What's not to love? Oh, talking about the defensive play of the game. It's that man right there. We go to the top of the eighth. Orioles 4, Padres 3. Here's Tom.
Thanks, Buckley. Back out there, Robert Suarez. And the final 2 outs of the 7th starts the 8th. And fouling this one back, Messiah doubled twice, drove in 2 runs with that first double back in the 2nd. It's also popped out to short. 2 for 3 day.
This is the 29 Samuel Basallo.
Change up folded. Suarez. Right side, and it'll be O'Hearn taking himself to the bag for the first out of the inning.
Oh, he got him, yeah.
Another one-run game, Donnie. We had a close one downtown, huh?
Padres have been involved in a lot. So have the Orioles, though, also. Even though they've had a tough season, they've still been very competitive and in most of their games.
Battling the bullpens, as I mentioned, it's worth mentioning again, but the Padres really playing well at home, hoping to improve 43-22 right here at Petco.
Mayo jumping on the first pitch he sees. So since the break, the Orioles involved in the most, 19. 7 and 12 in those 19 games. They're involved in them. They don't win most of them, but they are involved in them.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? It's the old college, hey, way to go, way to hang in there. But it's a zero-sum game, man. You win, you lose. Doesn't matter if it's by 10 or 1.
And so you fight impressive.
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalino, the interim manager, certainly appreciates the effort. Most nights from his team.
Yeah.
The pop-up foul back behind the Padres house. And amongst the 45,586 friends with us today. Those losses are leading after 7, so they give it up too.
Something just came into mind when you said they can give it up too. The late great Vida Blue is a teammate of mine. We'd be on the bench. A pitcher would come to the game, and Vida would just start yelling, "He'll give it up! He'll give it up!" That just reminded me of Vida. Oh, I miss him.
That strike.
Got him, yes.
Strikeout for Suarez, 2 down in the 8th.
If you could paint the fastball away like this off the plate and get the call, why not? Go right out there at 100. Thank you. Mayo on the side right now. Side by the dugout.
2 down in the 8th for Alex Jackson. 0 for 3, 3 Ks. So overall, one-run games. The Orioles 19 and 22. That's 19th in Major League Baseball. Padres 27 and 20, 8th best in Major League Baseball in one-run games. On the wrong side of the moment of that one-run situation, with the Orioles on top 4-3. And just added to the roster today, called up with the roster expanding, Sean Reynolds is back. Working in the pen. with a changeup. Strike two. Two. Well, that's a 1-on-1. Top of the order. Jackson Holiday waiting on deck. And that straight three gets him looking.
Got it, yes.
Third strikeout, the 1-2-3-8 for.
Of the 8th, Mary Louise Cook here. I'll be joined by Mike Pomeranz on the Padres post-game show. We're going to get you an update on Jason Adam, who came out of the game early last inning with injury, and we'll break down the battle of the bullpens here from Petco Park. All coming up after the last stop. We'll see you then. Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, Mary Louise, thanks very much. We look forward to that. Last of the 8th inning. Back out there again, Rico Garcia. Final 2 outs of the 7th, starts the 8th. And as promised, Ramon Laureano leading it off.
Let's get to the 5, Ramon Laureano.
Is up in the pen. Swing and a miss wildly at the slider. Ground up the middle. Arranging is Holiday. Against Laureano for the first out here of the 8th. And Gavin Sheets with 1 down to the 8th. Walked and scored back in the 2nd. Sets down a strikeout swinging. Going to fly out to right.
The field with throwing Calvin Sheets.
Fooled him on a changeup.
The pitch I was talking about earlier, righty on lefty and vice versa. That changeup.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it most certainly is.
Bounces a curveball. Wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to that changeup again. He's been so successful.
Keep it down, keep it away if that's the case. Hey, Don, if this guy's your teammate, Garcia, what are you going with the nickname? Uncle or Suave?
I go Suave, I think.
Just checking. There it is.
There's the changeup, and there's strike three. Second strikeout for Garcia.
We talk about pitchers placing the fastball, locating, dotting the fastball, but I tell you, that's a well-placed changeup too, because out of the hand, this looks like it's going to be right down the middle. Arm swing says fastball, the grip says changeup for the swing and miss.
So 2 down here in the 8th inning. Cronenworth the batter.
Sigmason Menard, Jake Goldenwood.
My vote as to what his nickname would be. I think I would not call him anything to do with Rico. I would call him Kiko Garcia. I remember thinking about the Orioles shortstop in the past.
That's a good call. I like that.
Yeah, so I'd make him Kiko Garcia.
Yeah. That's
Just Kiko. That's his nickname, yeah. I just like him.
Can't go wrong with all three, and I remember him, yeah. Going back in the day.
Yes.
Memorial
Say
Stadium.
70s.
Yeah.
Maybe 80.
Yeah.
Cronenworth has walked, scored, popped up third, grounded out to short. Softly grounded right side. Holiday will go to first, and that's that. Lead over the Padres. It's the 9th inning, and into the game is Kyle Hart.
All right, well, the left-hander, you look at the way the Orioles are set up for this inning. Top of the order, tough threesome, Holiday, Jackson, and Henderson. You got 2 lefties, and for Kyle Hart, his 11th game. He has started, he's relieved. And bottom line is this: you're in the big leagues, you're on the roster, you're in the bullpen, you're left-handed. Got to get those left-handers out. Big-time work right here for the left-hander here in the top of the 9th.
Takes over Suarez, who won an inning in 2/3, giving up 1 hit, no runs, no walks, and he struck out 3 in relief with Jason Adam, who unfortunately is out of this game with an injury, and right now on the hook. The Orioles on top 4-3. He was charged with that run. top of the O's order here in the ninth, and Holiday leading it off. That's strike two.
Now remember, Kyle Hart's got to hit his spots. That's a 91, 92-mile-an-hour fastball and a two-seamer. He's got to stay out of the heart, no pun intended, heart of the plate, work the corners, get him out front of that off-speed stuff.
To the left, and Sheets back a step or two.
Got it, yes.
On the sweeper down in the zone there for the pop fly.
Jeremiah Jackson, homer, back in the fifth inning. He's got a 3-hit day today, a couple singles, and the home run.
Right field into Jeremiah Jackson.
Strike one. Oh, pumping it up to 94 right there. Jackson using the torpedo bat. We haven't heard about that in a while, have we, Don?
Yeah.
And there's guys using it, but you can see how it kind of, it's almost if you stood it on end, like almost like a really thin bowling pin.
Fouled off to the right on play. All 2 strikes. Jeremiah Jackson. Down the right field line, headed foul.
There's a happy camper, future big leaguer right there. Oh, yeah. Two and two.
Change up that time for Hart with 1 out. Padres pitching has retired the last 5 Orioles in a row. Jackson now. Gunnar Henderson waits on deck here for Baltimore. That strike three gets him.
He got it, yes.
First strikeout for Hart.
Really nice sequence right here. So let's go back to pitch number 1 because it really sets up a lot. Okay, there's the sinker right down the middle. Now he's a change up there, bounces in. There's some more soft stuff out in front a little bit. There's a sinker away. One thing, if you're a soft tosser, you know what you have to do? Locate the heater on the inner half of the plate. And he does that right there. That was perfectly done.
To center field.
Okay.
Johnson.
Now it's a chance to get back in the game.
The bottom of the 9th inning in San Diego. Orioles have the 4-3 lead. Orioles have the lead over the Padres. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. Keegan Aiken, the new pitcher.
All right, Padres are going to look at this left-hander right here. They need a blue and a blast. Aiken, 53rd game. For 9 opportunities, 3 out of 9 save in the opportunity category. The ERA at 3.29er. Hey, a little high in the walks too, so hey, a walk can come into play in this ninth inning for San Diego.
New right fielder Daniel Johnson, who was a Giant earlier this year. Luis Vasquez at third base. He took over last inning at third. There's a pop-up foul off to the right on play.
Aiken, 3-pitch pitcher, 4-seamer, slider, and a changeup.
Shortstop with Jose Iglesias.
Padres Aiken for a comeback win.
Nice use, 0 for 3 today. Ground out, 2 flyouts. Finds himself down 0-2. Fastball at 95. From Aiken trying to close it out here for the Orioles. Padres have other ideas here in the last of the ninth. Foul down the right field line.
Still get some good hacks. Trying to protect now with 2 strikes.
Bounces a slider. Padres' 6 hits today came with 2 strikes. He's got 2 strikes on him right now. And a pop-up foul out of play. Ball and 2 strikes, leadoff hitter in the ninth inning. To right. And Johnson just into the game. In it's number 2 for out number 1 of the ninth inning. 6 in a row now retired by Orioles pitching. And by the way, Rico Garcia, very good. Going inning and 2/3, retiring all 5 Padres that he faced, 2 by way of the K. They got some very good relief efforts late in this game.
So fielder number 29, Bryce Johnson.
Bryce Johnson. This tells us what we need to know as far as Jackson Merrill's availability. Now pitch hitting here in the ninth inning. He has been activated as a swing and a miss. Makes him 1-1, and Will Wagner has come out on deck now. And he would pitch hit for Maine. Jackson remains on the bench. Center field, and that ball will get in for a hit.
Yes! They get to one home run like this, and they made a comeback.
Two-hit day today for Bryce Johnson.
Nice job, bottom of the line of the number 8 spot. There's a changeup right there. He stays on it. Well, he went down and got it. Watch his head to the barrel. Stay on it. To the pull side. There's the blue. Johnson's got speed. You get a gapper right here, that could tie this one up.
Wagner pinch hitting, 1 out, 1 on. Elevated and chased. Fastball 94.
It's let's wait for Will Wagner.
As a pinch hitter this year. Did he go? No, he did not. Doug Adams, third base umpire, crew chief. On the ground right side. Holiday to
Nope, the game's not over. Yes. They're still alive.
2 down in the ninth. They're almost a double play to end this game.
As a hitter, you're thinking, no, I am not going to end this one.
He missed. Yep, he missed it.
Will Wagner avoids the tag from Mayo. You know what? I wonder why Mayo had to take his foot off the bag. I mean, he's a big kid now. It looks like he could have stretched for that one towards the home plate side. Well, he didn't do that, and the Padres are still out. Let's take a look. Okay, he's on the bag. Look where this throw is. Does he really need to leave the bag?
No, probably not.
Yeah. All right. Possibly a break for San Diego.
So Merrill runs at first base with 2 outs. And Rise will take a strike.
That's another for Luis Arias.
David, he gets his 1,000th career hit last time up in the 7th. He can like another one. Throw over to first base and Jackson's back to the bag. Strike to Arise. Padres trailing by a run. 2 outs, 9th inning. Tying run at first. Ball 2. Straight 2. Lane got the call. Yep, a little bit low.
Yep.
Well, anybody knows the strike zone, it's a Rise. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
No.